Hello everyone, I'm going to go over my Witch Necromancer level 97 with 50 million full DPS, and this is a Poison and Raging Spirits build. So I'm going to jump in and explain how to level it and the nodes I would take in order to level it step by step as best as I can. If I forget something, I apologize. I realize that I usually do, but I'll try to get all of it. So I'll begin. The first node I would take is Lord of the Dead for more minion damage, more raised zombies. Next, I would take Death Attunement for more raised zombies. After that, I would get Sacrifice. Sacrifice is going to keep your minions alive. Then I would work down and get Grave Pack. You could ignore the Mastery next to Grave Pack for later on in the build or later on in the game, mostly end game, when you get Mistress of Sacrifice. When you get Grave Pack, you're also getting health nodes and a lot of other good stuff while you go and get it. Next, I would go and I'd get Redemption. After Redemption, I'd get Sovereignty. And the first aura that you're going to want to focus on getting when you can get it is Purity of Elements. It's the best aura in the game in my opinion. So use it, and it's really, really good. What it does is it increases your resist and makes you immune to elemental ailments, which is huge. So after you get those, it's going to be up to you. But if it were me, I would go and I'd pick up the health nodes on the tree. I'd pick up Purity of Flesh, and then I'd get Devotion, and then I'd get Heart of Soul. You could get these in any order you like. I'm just telling you which ones I would get. And then you get the Armor and Health node, Combat Stamina. The Mastery for the Armor is really good. If you want to take that really early on, you can. The Mastery for this one is definitely going to be used for the end game. What it does is nearby enemies have 50 reduced life regeneration. So I think this is a really good Mastery. And then I have Life Mastery, another one that gives you increased maximum life but reduces your life recovery rate by 10%. So you could definitely get these Life Masteries when you're getting the health nodes. So, and then I would go and I would get the block nodes. I have Enigmatic Defense, Mystic Bulwark, Steelward Stance, and the Mastery is really good right here. You can pick it up when you get it. Then I have Whirling Barrier, another blocking one, and the Staff Mastery for this one is really good as well. And the Safeguard, and the Safeguard Mastery is really good as well. So after you get all those, you should go and you should get Influence. Then after Influence, you're going to have the choice of when you want to actually use these two nodes. And they are Mind Over Matter. 40% of the damage is taken from mana before life. But you want to make sure that you use Mind Over Matter with Eldritch Battery. Eldritch Battery is going to make your energy shield protect your mana and become mana. Eldritch Battery is very important to summon Raging Spirits later on in the game because they cost a lot of mana to cast. So you could spam them when you have Eldritch Battery. Then the Cluster, the passive skill on this is Renewal. There might be a better one, but I'm using Renewal. The small passive skills have 35 increased effect is the best you could get in the game. You could also get 25% increased effect. And I'm using small passive skills grant 3% attack speed and cast speed. And then the other added passive skill doesn't really matter. You could get whatever you need. Make sure that the added small passives grant minions deal 10% increased damage as well. This cost me about 3 Divine Orbs when I got it. I have the Gaze in this build. Just let me find it really fast. Here it is. The Gaze increases your damage over time multiplier per ghastly eye jewel affecting you up to 30%. So every ghastly eye jewel is going to increase it by 6%. You can only have 5 of them. And I believe that the gaze is actually considered one as well. So you can have 4 yellow ghastly eye jewels and one gaze to increase your damage. And this is very expensive. It could go from anywhere from 11 to 15 divine. The last time that I got it and I checked, it was pretty expensive. I also have the Forbidden Flesh and a Forbidden Flame, and I'm using on natural strength because it's a massive DPS increase to this build. And I am not entirely sure what the cost is of these two are, but I'm going to assume that they're probably like around 15 to 20 divine, unfortunately. So it's a big investment right there. Watcher's Eye is really good. You could use these stats for your own. I am using cast resistance while affected by purity of elements, and I have phasing while affected by haste. You could also get another stat line for the Watcher's Eye, but it's going to cost a lot of divines. This one cost me 3 divine, so try to look for those 2 stats, and you'll be really good. I'm going to go over the ascendancies now. The ascendancies that you want to get and are going to be in this order. It's going to be Commander of Darkness, which increases minion damage, resists, and your resists, and much, much more. Then you're going to get Mindless Aggression, increases minion damage. And then you're going to get Bone Barrier. And what that does is it increases your physical damage reduction per minion, and also increases the rate of life and energy shield per minion up to 20%, and your minion's life. So you can only have 10 minions to make this work fully. And you also get a bone armor shield for it, but I do not use it in a build, so I'll go over that next really soon. And then Mistress of Sacrifice allows you to use your offerings. There are 3 offerings in the game. There's Flesh, Bone, and Spirit. And the one you're going to be using is going to be Bone Offering. And Bone Offering increases your block and spell chance. And it's huge amounts. So it's really, really good to get Mistress of Sacrifice and use Bone Offering. And natural strength is coming from your Forbidden Flame or Forbidden Flesh. Okay, that goes over the tree. I'm going to go over the skills. Like I said before, I am not using Bone Armor from Bone Barrier on the Ascendancies. The Commandment of Reflection is coming from my gloves. Not really necessary. You really don't need to worry about it. Now I'm going to jump into the weapon. And the weapon has level 21 Brave Zombies Phantasmal. And this is the most damage you could get for this gem variant. So let me check really quick. The normal version of Raised Zombies is almost as good, so you really don't need to worry. And the Raised Zombie normal variant, level 21 gem, is much, much cheaper. But for sake of the build, I'm going to be using, at the end of the video when I'm done, I'm going to be using Phantasmal. Then you have Awakened Void Manipulation, and I'm not sure how much this goes for. I'm going to just guess and say it's about 3 divine. The Awaken Unbound Elements I got today for about 0.8 cast orbs. The Empower 4 is very expensive, but you could always use a Empower 3. And the Empower 3 is not that big of a full DPS drop, so you could definitely use Empower 3, and which is much, much cheaper. Then I have Awakened Minion Damage, which is about a divine or less. And then I have Multi-Strike, different variant. And on this variant, you are looking for more quality. I'm going to drop this to 20 because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the full DPS at all. Next, I'm going to go into Summon Raging Spirits. And I have a level 21 Raging Spirits. I'm not sure how much it costs. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that a level 20 Raging Spirits is not going to be very expensive because everyone's trying to get a level 21. I'm going to drop this to 20 to see how much damage it drops to. And it's about 1 million to 2 million full DPS, which is not bad. There are different variants for this that you could get as well. And some people like using the maximum 2 Summon Raging Spirits, but I see no purpose for it. So I just used it default. Avoid Manipulation, Awaken, is about 3 divine, I'm assuming. Then you have Unawakened Unbound Ailments, which is under Divine. Then you have Awakened Minion Damage, which is probably a Divine or under. I have the same variant for Multi-Strike as I do as the Ray Zombie Phantasmal gem. And I said it's a Divine or less now. And Awaken Unleash is pretty expensive. And what Awaken Unleash does is that it increases the amount of Raging Spirits you summon at once when you cast it. And it's very expensive. It's about 8 Divine when I got it. So I'm going to jump into the gloves. The gloves have Withering Step, which gives you Withering stacks. It also gives you Elusive, which is a defensive buff that increases your effective hit pool. And you are doing, and the variant for this is different. And level 21 of this one is going to be expensive, so I would suggest to get the same variant but only level 20, and it'll decrease your Withering stacks by 1, so you'll be doing 8. I have Despair, and I have Bone Offering. Bone Offering, I went over. Bone Offering is going to give you increased block and spell block from the Ascendancy Mistress of Sacrifice. So when you get Mistress of Sacrifice on the Ascendancy tree, make sure you're using Bone Offering. And you have Desecrate to raise your zombies and your Spectres. That's really all it does. And it also allows you to use Bone Offering when there's no corpses on the ground. I also put Flesh Offering on this in this PoB, and I'm going to do it when I post it. Because if you want to burn a boss instead of trying to like defend or like beat it without dying, you could always throw Flesh Offering on and try to smoke him before he could do anything. I'm going to turn it on really quick, and it is about a 2 million DPS bump. The effective hit pool without Bone Offering on this build is very good, so it's definitely your choice. I'm going to leave Bone Offering on for the sake of the showcase at the end of the PoB. Next, I have Purity of Element, which is huge. I love this buff. It's my favorite in the game. It increases your elemental resist, and it makes you immune to elemental ailments. I have Temporal Chains and Despair. You're going to be hard casting them, and when you hard cast curses, it gives you the full effect of them instead of trying to use it as an aura. I have Ray Spectres, and the Ray Spectres I'm using are Carnage Chieftains. They are from Act 2, and they give you Frenzy charges, which in turn increases the damage of your minions a lot. Then I have Feeding Frenzy, which is a buff from Ray Spectres when they hit creatures or monsters, and it gives you a significant buff. Then I'm going to go over the helmet. The helmet has Malevolence, a different variant. The variant doesn't matter. You could definitely get the normal. You'll need the quality as well. I have Unawakened Bound Ailments under a Divine or a Divine. I have Summon Skitterbots, different variant, but you don't need a different variant. And then I have Veil Haste, and Veil Haste is not important as well. You could just get the Haste variant of it. And when you tick Veil Haste, it is a 2 million DPS increase, so it's not that great. So getting the normal haste is fine. That goes over the skills. I'm going to go over the items. The items, you have the Cannon of Cool Mock. And what this is the best staff in the game for zombies or golems. And I also like using it for all other minion builds, but there could be an argument for it. So the reason I'm using this staff mainly is because it rocks and it's awesome, but the thing is that this staff gives you increased maximum life for your minions. No other item in the game, no wand or shield is going to give you this much amount of increased maximum life with the damage and the attack speed and cast speed for your minions. And on top of that, you're getting a +3 to Socketed Support gems, and you're getting quality to your Socketed Support gems, which is huge. I've seen this staff go from 6 to 40 Divine, so it's going to be, I don't know what it is right now, but the last time I checked, it was 14 Divine. So hopefully you could get a really good deal on it and try to get it as soon as possible. a shield and a wand, or a shield or whatever, is going to be very, very expensive. I know that the most Summoning Raging Spirits use the United Cutlass for their build for more poison chance, which is very, very cheap and inexpensive. So this build might not be as cost efficient as that, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. The enchant is definitely up to you. Try to look for something with zombies and raging summoning spirits. If you feel like you don't have the unreserved if you don't have the mana to cast all your buffs and everything, look into trying to get mana reservation efficiency for skitterbots or purity of elements. The chest, the stat you're looking for on the chest is minions have 60% chance to poison enemies on hit. The stats on my chest are really good. The plus 10 increased mana reservation efficiency of skills helps a lot as well. So the stats are really good on it. The implicits are wrong. The Eater and the Searing implicits are wrong. The increased effect of non-curse auras from your skills is okay, but you could definitely probably get better. The Discipline one is wrong, so you could definitely get another aura effect for like haste or something on those terms. The gloves, the Triad Grip, has all 4 white sockets. And what this does is it makes your minions do all cast damage. When your minions do all cast damage, they ignore energy shield and go straight to health of monsters, which is very, very, very cool. This is going for about 4 divine the last time I checked. I'm not sure how much it's going for anymore. The boots, just get whatever you need. Try to like supplement your build. These boots cost me 3 divine, so just to let you know. The amulet that gives no reservation is very expensive. So what you're going to be looking to try and get is haste has no reservation, or purity of elements has no reservation. This cost me 30 divine, unfortunately, and it's a big ticket item. And the enchant on it, I shouldn't say enchant, I should say anointment, is Whispers of Doom, which is very, very important for this build to get 2 curses going. It's going to be a huge DPS increase. And that Whispers of Doom is probably going to cost you about 150 to 120 cast orbs to put on. The rings are really, really good optimized and really, really good stats. You could definitely follow both of them, but you can always get a bone ring. There's tons of bone rings to choose from, so you could probably get them much cheaper than I did. So look for them, try to get similar stats, just not as good if you don't have the currency for it, but don't worry about it. You'll get 2 good bone rings. The belt is really good optimized, really good stats. I really like it a lot, and it cost me 5 divine orbs. So if you want to use a different belt of your choice, you can. I'm just letting you know that this belt works for me. I also have the Ghastly Eye Jewel attached to it, so I'm using the blood because it has really good health recovery. And the big kicker for me for using this health flask, the blood, is because it recovers full life at the end of the effect. So after 2.7 seconds, this flask is going to heal me to full. This helps a lot on yellow maps that have decreased health regeneration. And if you use it, you'll see how important it is to actually have it on some maps. The flask right here, what it does is when hit during the effect, 25% of life loss from damage taken occurs over 4 seconds instead. This is huge. I got it for 2 divine orbs, but now it's going for 8.5 divine orbs, which is unfortunate. Let me check something really quick. It's a huge efficient hit pool drop, so you definitely don't need it, but it's really good to have. I have it used when charges reach full as well. You can't really do. I could definitely buff up my blood health, the health regen or something on my health flask, but I really don't want to. Then I'm using the flask that increases your block and spell chance, and I'm using it when charges reach full. Then I have a run speed that's being used when the flask next to it actually gets used, And then I have Bottled Faith. You could definitely use whatever you want right here. It doesn't really matter. I went over the cluster jewels, the gas of the eye jewels, and everything, so that's good. I'm going to jump into configurations. You got to set the resist penalty to Act 10, 60%. So Bandit's Quest, kill all of them. The major god is additional physical damage reduction and increased movement speed by 8% for how many enemies are near you, and it only goes to 8% for both. I'm using the minor god that doesn't allow you to be affected by bleeding. Are your minions full life? On my build, on my cluster, I have it, so you might not have this. I'm going to take this off really quick. It's not a huge DPS increase, so I'm going to leave it off when I post it. I'm going to change the withering sticks too. So my DPS dropped a little bit. I apologize. So there's a lot of ways to increase your withered stacks. I could easily throw on Withering Touch to increase it to 15, or give myself Withering Presence from the Ascendancy on the Occultist tree. But for sake of this build and how I'm going to show it, I'm going to have 8 stacks. Now, actually I have 9 because I have the different variant. I apologize. So it's 47.3 million. Is that any on Consecrated Ground? Yes, I have the Bottled Faith on my flask. Do you have Feeding Frenzy? Yes. You have it from the buff or the gem that's attached to your Spectres link. Are your minions using Frenzy Charges? I went over that. You're going to be using Carnage Chieftains for Spectres, and they give you Frenzy Charges. They're from Act 2, very early on in the game. Are you elusive? Yes, you have Withered Step going most of the time. You could take that off or put it on, but I have it on my button and be used every time that it actually goes off. So I'm just going to leave it on. How many number of summon minions do you have? I have a great deal of minions summoned at any time, but really all you need to have is 10 and make Bone Barrier, the Ascendancy from the Necromancer tree, fully effective, so I just put 10. Are you on Consecrated Ground? Yes, I have the Bottle of Faith in my flasks. Have you been hit recently? Have you blocked recently? Have you used a minion skill recently? Yes. And the minion skill is going to be Bone Offering or Flesh Offering. The amount of consumed corpses is going to be 5. I'm going to go over is the enemy a boss of every phase of the game right now. I'm going to go over the efficiency hit pool, and I'm going to go over the full DPS really quick. So with no boss at all, you are doing about 1.4 million effective hit pool, and you have 47.3 full DPS millions. I'm going to set it to standard boss. At standard boss, you have 165,000 effective hit pool, and you have 40.5 million full DPS. Guardian Pinnacle boss, you have 103,000 effective hit pool, and you have 38.6 million full DPS. And then the last one, the Toughie, is the Uber Pinnacle boss. You have 93,800,000 effective hit pool, and you have 11.6 full DPS. So now I'm going to jump in the game, do a couple of maps, and maybe a boss or two to show you how the build works. So let's just hop into it really quick. I still have 4 points to spend. Oops. Hold on, let me look at my tree really quick to see where I put them. Oh, I know where they're at. They go right there. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to do the Defiled Cathedral. I'm going to make sure that I have my Bone Offering going. I'll be really surprised if I die on this video, because this build is really good. It has a lot of efficient hit pool, really good full DPS. Spitting out those Suckerheads. I'm gonna avoid like stuff that I could spawn just for sake of show. Actually, I'll just do it really quick, I guess. Alright, here we go. try to make sure you have Bone Offering going. You really don't need to summon a lot of Raging Summoning Spirits in order to kill stuff. You just like tap the Raging Spirit button, just run past them, you should be dead. This could also be considered a minion skill to increase the minion damage from your Ghastly Eye Jewels, Raging Spirits. So that's pretty cool. So you won't have to worry about casting Bone Offering all the time. Alright, everything is looking good. I'm not sure how many maps and everything I'm gonna do, so he gone. Is that a? I'll do the Dark Forest next. It's so hard to remember keeping up Bone Offering all the time because it's such a short buff. I wish they could make it a lot longer or give you a timer for it instead of just an icon above your head. But I guess that's the way it goes. I think I'll do the Elder next. Not sure. If I had some different maps to do or like different bosses I would, but I'm broke right now. I guess I could probably buy either of the world map really quick and show you how that works out. I think this build would be very good. There is some things I don't like about Raging Summoning Spirits. I don't think they're as efficient as zombies and golems. So I have a video on that too, so if you want to look at that, you can. Alright, let me see if I have the Awakener Worlds on here. No, I don't. All I have is Shaper and the Elder, and both of them are... The Elder is extremely easy and the Shaper is long and drawn out. So I'm gonna buy a Awakener, I'm gonna buy either of the worlds really quick, so give me a minute. Hopefully I could get it pretty quick. Alright, I think I only have the Dolsky for one of them. Okay, I think I have. Alright, I'm trying to buy either of the world's Screaming Invitation really quick. I'm just gonna spam people. I know that's not cool, but for sake of the video length and people's attention span, I'm gonna try to. There we go. Alright. Alright, I got the Screaming Invitation. I'm just gonna put an alchemy on it and hop in there and do the boss fight. Oh god. Apparently I didn't get it. What a nice person. They gave me the change for the Screaming Invitation and Chaos Orbs. Alright, I'm just gonna put an Alchemy on there. And alright, let's see how this goes. You're going to want to summon your Raging Spirits first before you initiate the fight, and so you got them going. And there we go. And he drops dead. Alright, so that was pretty easy. So I'll jump into another map. Let's just jump into this one. Offering, always forget it. Like I said before, it's such a short buff and everything, so you really don't remember keeping it on and everything. These maps are kind of rough on summoning builds for like Raging Summoning Spirits and Skeletons. And the stat that I'm looking at is less recovery rate of life and energy shield. It causes havoc when you have a summoning build like Raging Summoning Spirits and Summon Skeletons, because it's really like you could definitely sorry about that, I crashed. I probably died too because of it. I usually don't crash, I don't know what's going on. And apparently I died as well when I crashed. So I'll just hop back into the map and start doing it again. This build is pretty fast too. It's got some pretty good movement speed attached to it. Portal just in case I die. I won't run back all over the place. I'm not sure if this is a good Forbidden Flesh. Alright, here we go. Gotta get those Raging Summoning Spirits out. So pretty much I'm making sure I got my Raging Spirits out, and then I do Despair and Temporal Chains to get them to get the curses going. I don't have any Veil buffs or anything to worry about, so He gone. I wonder if I have the twisted. No, I don't. I'm gonna check to see if I have any Maven invitations, like higher end ones. Alright, no, this isn't that. Alright. Oh, I do have one. Alright, cool. This is, oh, that's pretty stacked. Alright, let's see what happens. This is definitely a stacked one. I could definitely see myself dying a lot on this one. So let's hop in and see how badly I get on or how well I do. Okay, summon the Raging Summoning Spirits. Got my bone offering going. Alright, she's, oh. She just crushed me right there, not good. I knew this was gonna be bad. I shouldn't have got so close to her. Alright, he's out now. They're like fully buffed to the max. This build has a lot of survivability too. I can't believe how badly they're just crushing me. Alright. That was cool. I beat it at least, right? Lots of loot. Alright, maybe I have the, Waking Our Worlds to do now. No, I don't. But I can do Maven. I'll throw on, Maven. Show you guys that fight, see how it works. Maybe she'll drop something good for me. I'm just getting a Raging Spirits out. I'm trying to keep up Bone Offering. Okay, Cursor with the Spirit and Temporal Chains. Oh, she went down fast. Alright. Phase shit. A phase change. Curse them. Try to keep Bone Offering going. Alright. Time to play Rubik's Cube. Is it Rubik's Cube? I remember there was a game when I was younger where you had to like hit the same thing, and it's almost the exact same thing as what she does. Phase change. She goes down pretty fast. Alright, here we go. Oh, ran right into that. I didn't have Bone Offering going either. Ooh, that was not cool. Alright. Alright. Phase change. Alright. Last phase coming. Alright, I hate this phase. It's so hard to see the actual, like, movements you need to do. I'm just gonna die, I think. Yeah, there we go. Try to burn her on the next turnaround. I gotta wait for the explosion. Alright, hop back in. Hopefully I can burn her before she becomes a problem. There's a puddle right there waiting for me. Ugh. She gone. Anything good? Ooh, lots of goodies, lots of goodies. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You usually never drop anything. I don't know what this thing is. I'll have to take a look at it later. Alright, let's do the Dark Forest. One more map after this one, and I'll call it quits. I think I showed you guys enough of how the build works and what's going on. It's a lot of ground effects right there. I keep forgetting to keep up on offering really bad. I'm just gonna spit one suckerhead out at once. Here's the boss room. Hop in there. Light them up. Alright. So let's pick a doozy. I guess I could do one of these. Alright, I'll do a synthesize the map. Show you how it works in there. I'd like to see how much damage it does on a Guardian again too. The Eater fight was really fast. Here comes the boss. Spit out the Suckerheads. Make sure I got bone offering going. Like I said before, you could use flesh offering if you want to like burn them even faster. Curse them. And he's dead. Alright everyone. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it if you watch. And be safe, be careful. You never know what's going to happen, so please be careful and safe. And until next time, have a nice day. Show some love and sub. And bye everyone. Thank you for watching.